In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this mosaic sidewalk from broken pieces of tile that we tore out of an old bathroom and from broken pots and cookie jars and things that I'd collected over months. But you could use pretty much anything that you have lying around that's broken. This is what my site looked like before I started my project. The first thing you need to do is dig a hole about 4 inches deep. I put down filter fabric, but you don't have to. You also don't have to use forms. There is a method where when you finish with everything I'm showing you here, you can come back with concrete and a mixed concrete and hard trowel the edges of your mosaic. I've not done that method, so I can't talk about it here. But if you do use forms, look for ways to reuse pieces. Like I used these cedar posts over and over again to get the spacing for my mosaic. This was my workaround for handling the heavy bags of concrete. I would hoist them up to a bucket and then cut them open and dump the dry concrete into a lower bucket. Then you can carry that more manageable bucket and dump it into your area where you're going to build your mosaic. You smooth it out and tamp it down to about 1 inch below the final level because you're going to come back with some mortar after this. Then you can wet in your concrete, and you want to do it slowly. You don't have to be super careful at this point though, because like I said, you're coming back with your mortar after this, your mortar mix. But you'll do this a couple of times and you will see that your concrete is starting to set up and change textures. You can see the texture difference there. Next is your mortar layer. I used a 50% white and 50% gray mix. When you're working with both mortar and the concrete, you're going to want to wear a mask. Mortar is the texture of powdered sugar, and so it gets kind of everywhere. You're going to want to put it into the mosaic area and bring it up to the finished level of your mosaic. Now comes the fun part. I laid my tiles out on a piece of wood that was cut to the same size as my mosaic tile paver. And then I could easily carry that outside where I needed to work. I don't have any pictures of me actually placing the tile into the dry mortar. I've heard that described as a sort of whack-a-mole, but here was my general procedure. Put in the largest tile first and just kind of lay them on top of the dry mortar to start. Don't try to press them down into the mortar. And then once you get all the tiles laid out on the dry mortar, starting with the largest and heaviest, thickest tiles, press them down with a couple of fingers all kind of at one level and press them down into the dry mortar. And do this for progressively smaller tiles until you get them all pretty much level. You're going to need to use a brush in your hand and add mortar and sweep away some mortar with the dry brush until you kind of get that flat surface that you see me spraying here with water. The trick with spraying the mortar once the tiles are in it is to be very, very delicate. You cannot do this with a water hose. You have to have one of these type of mist sprayers. And you do it over and over again, maybe 6 times or 7 times in very light layers until you get everything moist. And then you can start going in, and you can see me here using my hand and using a sponge to start to smooth out the surface. And you can see I've got some spots where there's some gaps and holes next to the tile, and you're going to see me come back and fill those in a minute with some dry mortar. And you can go back while it's still damp like this and put another layer of mortar on there, of the dry mortar. You can see those cracks, and just sort of fill that in and use your hands and use your at this point you'd want to be with a dry hand and get those cracks filled in, and it will set. As long as you do this right away, it will set and bond with the mortar that you've just wetted. Before you begin, think about a strategy for the whole project. I installed every other paver so that I could then come in, take out the forms, and then the existing pavers were my formwork for the next paver. And that also gave me the ability to compensate for any elevation differences that might have happened. This is my final project. I also used plastic to cover the pavers every night, and this from the very beginning, and then I kept them covered for about a week after the project was over. This is just a picture of the curb, or the beginning of the curb that we built around my garden area and next to the mosaics, just to give you an idea of some of the things you can do for your project and how you can take this a little bit further and do something fun in your own backyard. Thanks for watching. Here's my mosaic sidewalk and my garden 8 months later, still bringing me joy.